Hi, my name is Anthony Mullen with the DLC, and today we're going to be talking about how you can combat procrastination in your studying. It can be really easy and really common for a lot of students to fall into the cycle of procrastination, having these big assignments and big projects and just not really knowing when or where to start. Luckily, there are ways that we can emphasize academic momentum and counteract the effects of, procrastination, maybe finding ways that you can make the project more exciting or make the first step of starting that project more engaging. I think the centerpiece of attacking academic procrastination is going to be in how do we break up our objectives? How do we break up what we want to do in a given amount of time? And the way we can do that is by setting smaller goals. Ultimately, when you set smaller goals out of these big, large projects, you're making it easier on yourself. You're doing 5 steps instead of one large step. You're getting the ball rolling. You get one step done, it's easier to get the second step done rather than, like I said, having that long um, mindset of, oh, this huge project, this huge paper, studying even. Having smaller steps to go to can really help boost confidence in a natural way and get the ball rolling. Kind of in the same line, it's really important to set your own goals. I know that Carmen has a lot of to-do list objectives that a lot of students can rely on, and that's great, but it really does help creating your own daily or weekly or even long-term goals because if they're coming from you, they're going to stick more. Those responsibilities and holding yourself accountable to that is easier when you're setting those expectations up for yourself rather than a professor or Carmen. Maybe you want to go out with your friends or go see a movie, tying it to specific activities or objectives that you want to achieve can really help boost the confidence and boost the motivation to get those assignments done in a small step-by-step manner. Of course, when we talk about goals, we also have to talk about consequences, and it's important to have consequences that you set up for yourself as well. Obviously, you don't want to be too hard on yourself. You want to give yourself some leeway so you can enjoy things, even if you're having a bad day. But understanding what constitutes a goal and what would probably require not doing that goal. It can help set up a nice self reflection process during or after your objectives. Kind of going back to those long term projects, it can be really valuable to give yourself time well before the deadline to walk through the project, see exactly what is being demanded from you. So you're not viewing it in such lofty view, really. If you look at what's required for end of semester project, exactly, you can kind of get a sense on how you can break that up into specific objectives. And like I said, in a long-term sense, get that ball rolling academically. So, even if you're a month out from that project's due date, maybe you set up some of the foundation that you're going to be using when working on it, or even you're working on it that early in the process. Chipping away at it and giving yourself time to understand it, but most importantly, misunderstand it, can really go a long way in building confidence and reducing academic procrastination. Another really helpful strategy is ultimately making the decisions before you do them. It's what we like to call the distinction between what is hot decision making and cold decision making. In this case, cold decision making is what we're trying to achieve here. We want to think about what we have to do, when we have to do it, how we're going to go about it, well before we're actually doing it. When we're actually in the thick of it. Giving yourself that time to make those cold decisions and set those up really help make that first step of getting started in a given project or assignment much easier. And it gives you more sense on where you are and where you need to go in terms of your academic confidence. A lot of these strategies can be used together, and you can use simple strategies like finding a routine study time, a routine study place to help ease your mind into that study mindset to, again, help make that first step of starting the study session or starting the project planning much easier. Get that ball rolling, finding ways to make it easier on yourself. So combining these strategies, but also finding little routines that work for you. They help get your mind into a certain mindset. And after a while, it becomes much easier to get into that certain mindset. There are other resources that you can use to help find ways to get around that. For example, the Dennis Learning Center has a course all about how we can learn to avoid procrastination. Right here is the official full name for the class. And in this class, you're given great instructors who help walk you through and talk about these strategies that we've talked about, plus a lot more in small group based settings. The DLC prides itself on having really community based, group discussion based classes, and this one's no different. Here you can learn how to exactly go about a strategy to help decrease procrastination in your academic life. The class is worth 1 credit and lasts 7 weeks in a semester, so you're getting it in a really efficient manner. Finally, I think it's important to mention that the class offers such a great opportunity to have that accountability, try out new strategies, then come back to class with things that worked or didn't work for you and where you can go after that, building on those strengths and identifying the weaknesses and seeing exactly why those are coming up. It's a perfect environment for that type of discussion, self reflection, and ultimately having a great community to assist you. All right, that about does it for us. If you have any other specific study strategies that you use to help reduce procrastination in your studying, feel free to comment down below and like and share this video for a student that feels like they need help with procrastination. And if you need any more information about that class, go to dennislearningcenter.osu.edu for more information.